Welcome to Coombe and Curry Sports Cards podcast, where collecting meets the game.
Right, podcast vendors or podcast vendor is is back. This is going to be a real strange podcast today, because it will be my first solo show. Mart we put an extra one out in the week, which was awesome with Brock and Rhino. Rhino's actually just beat me in the head-to-head this week in the fantasy, so not happy about that, Rhino, to be honest. Definitely words to be had there. But despite what people say, I do not like the sound of my own voice. So this is going to be possibly the downfall of the podcast. I was thinking about this. If people tune in for the first time, thought, oh yeah, I'll give the podcast a go, and listen to me waffling on, it's not going to be good for the show. But we punch on. Mart's still in Bulgaria, living the dream. We were supposed to have Dom on, actually, and just reading through Dom's, is it unfair to say excuse? Postponed on me for the regular slot, and it appears he's postponed on me again. But that's life, isn't it? Things get in the way, so we'll let Dom off, friend of the pod, and we punch on. So I'm not going to keep. It's not going to be a long show, as you can imagine. And me talking to myself is a bit of a weird concept, but there's still things I wanted to go through, and I thought that we could still do. So let's start with mail day, shop day, and what's been acquired. Interesting week. As I mentioned on recent pods, I'm trying to throttle it back a little bit. How's that going? Not very well. I've had a heavy week with breaks this week. Supposed to be another one last night with KCC, but that one's been I think possibly going tonight. I was looking forward to that. So it's two Origins blasters. I've done a few with Card Crazy, which have been alright, but mainly I have acquired football / soccer cards this week. So I had actually had my first sort of face-to-face meet with a guy called Liam at Topps Sports Cards in Lower Hutt. I took my stuff down there and we did a few trades. In fact, I don't actually have that here, but it was a funny story actually, because I was bidding on. So over here we've got a version of eBay called Trade Me, and I was bidding on a Tyler Lockett, DK Metcalf dual patch, but they were both patches were match worn, and whoever was selling it had put it on there for fairly cheap. I think it was at like $7 or something, a couple of pounds. And I was winning until the very last minute, but I was in the car when the auction ended, and someone sort of snuck in, and then a couple of days later, Liam's trying to sell me the card for what it's worth with current comps. I thought fair play to the lad. But we ended up doing a trade. The trade, I don't remember exactly what was for what, but I picked up obviously that card I was talking about, and I picked up this Federico Chiesa number to 25, so 24 out of 25, which is quite a nice card from Optic. That's something I picked up this week. I'm really chuffed with that. I think this one came from Card Crazy, but I got a nice Jalen Milroe there. And that one is numbered 11, my favourite number, to 299. So chuffed with that, and like you all know, I'm absolutely obsessed with Origins. So, yeah, so chuffed with that card. Part of the trade with Liam, picked up a field level Virgil van Dijk in pink. So that's another nice card. And I think we'll talk about this more on next week's show when MC's back. But obviously now the Topps Premier League's available over here in New Zealand. So I've been hammering that. We'll go into detail next week, but just my brief thoughts. It's a good product. It is fun to open, but as I mentioned before, I'm more from a card point of view more into NFL. So I don't know, maybe a little bit underwhelmed, I guess. A lot of waste for me because I only really want Liverpool stuff in my PC and only particular Liverpool players. However, when I was in the mall having a nice muffin, I decided to open a pack, and in that pack was a gold Topps Chrome Xabi Alonso, an absolute Liverpool legend, numbered to 50, so it's 33 out of 50. What a card that is, just from a retail pack, $7. So that's straight in the PC. Absolutely love it. Beautiful card. So that was quite good. And I think Mart said it, a hell of a lot that you can pick up some really nice cards, and they're just from retail packs. There's a lot of stuff on Insta with people pulling some really nice cards. So from that point of view, yeah, it's pretty exciting. And let's be honest, I'll probably be up there this afternoon buying a few more packs. I've done a super tin, a couple mega packs, eco packs, and I chucked a video on Insta and YouTube of me pulling that case hit from literally my first pack when I opened it, so that was quite good. So yeah, some nice stuff coming out of it. So I posted this last night on Insta. I've got this card here, which is a former Liverpool player, Luis Diaz, in his Colombia gear. $2 I paid for that, and I think that's an absolutely stunning card. So I'm chuffed with that. That was another pickup. And another deal I did online was despite saying I only like Liverpool stuff, I like the odd player from other teams. So I've gone for a Morgan Gibbs White immaculate card, just mainly because it's a really, really nice card. It's numbered to 20. So I picked that up as well. So they're my pickups this week. I've had a few other bits from breaks, but these are stuff that will probably stay in the PC. Have been quite good. Got a few more breaks lined up, so it should be a fairly busy week. And I'm also looking at a Jalen Milroe jumbo patch to actually buy, an Origins card. Surprise, surprise. So possibly a busy week for me. Interestingly, as well, a couple of people that I've met through breaking and that the other night, I think it's last Friday, I was bored and I was looking on the Card Crazy website and I fancied a box of Origins, one of the blasters. But they're a bit dearer than sort of standard blasters for other products. So I think it was $250 for the box. So I messaged a friend of the pod, Nick Blinko, and we got that's the right word, consortium together, for want of a better word, of 4 of us in total. Paid a quarter in, and then we did a snake style draft for the teams, and then we did that this Friday actually, which is quite good. So I've got everyone's cards there. Quite a good bunch. So I think some of the highlights. Let's have a look. We had Lamar Jackson original gridirons, which is, again, I rave about this product, but that's a case hit from a lot of other products, and that's just a fairly standard insert for the product. One of the guys got a Cam Ward rookie card, again, just base, but very nice. Quinn Ewers. And let's have a look, what else did we get? One guy, I got from the blasters, I've pretty much got everything you can get for Seahawks. Got a Trevion Henderson rookie, another Elijah Arroyo, and an AJ Barner. I'll tell you what I was chuffed about. I'll just quickly cover the numbered cards. This is similar to the Jalen Milroe. That was for Nick Blinko, pulled that, and he also got Will Howard for the Steelers. So beautiful cards. Everyone agree. But what I was actually chuffed about is MC was in the break, and he actually dialed in from Bulgaria, which was nice. So we all had a nice yarn, and absolutely chuffed. But MC's pulled a Jordan Love original gridirons. So yeah, absolutely chuffed to bits that he's pulled that nice card. He got a few other bits as well, which is good. So they'll go back with me later in the year. So that was quite good for MC. So that's it on the break front, and what I've been buying. Fairly busy week. I've got another Jalen Milroe patch actually that's ordered a while ago. That should be confirmation this morning. It's in the country, so that's good. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be getting that ready for the next pod. That's a really nice card. Yeah, so chuffed, absolutely chuffed. Let's have a look. Let's see if we can punch on with the original plan without Dom. One thing, Dom. What was next on our show? What we planned was a little segment called "What's Trouble in Dom." And we planned to sort of have a discussion about his strategy and having a bit of focus, because Dom loves an idea. Chats to me quite regularly about he's proper invested into the pod, enjoyed coming on and loves the cards and stuff, but he's a bit all over the place with what he's doing. I don't think that's unfair to say, Dom. I think you're lacking direction, lacking focus. So we need to try and establish what you're trying to achieve, because when I came in, Seahawks, we know my story. You know, I started my Tyler Lockett card, and then I thought, I wonder if I can get a JSN card. The rest is history. And even I would say to a certain extent that I lack a bit of direction. I'll get points where I'll take any Seahawks card, and then I'll look at what I've got, and now I've kind of refined my PC quite a bit, so I'm a little bit picky about what goes in. I'm more so on the football, soccer front, very picky about what goes in. But in terms of how I collect cards, preferred method really is breaks and singles. But obviously we all agree that ripping boxes, ripping packs is fun. But Dom, at the minute, you're picking up a lot of these new Topps Premier League packs, and you've just started dabbling with the breaks, haven't you? And as we've discussed, the problem is when you go into breaks that are random teams, unless you get who you want, in Dom's case, West Ham, you probably, unless you hit something special, you're probably not going to keep it. So from your point of view, I can imagine that and from the conversations that we have, you're getting a bit frustrated with what you're getting. So definitely something that when you're available again, we'll get you on and have a discussion. But I think that, do some number, because we, even at KCC and Card Crazy, they have the odd random teams. But it's NFL, isn't it? It's different. You can use a lot of the cards for trades of other people, or sell to make money to then get what you want to get. And I think with Topps, unless you're pulling, something that's numbered or low numbered or an auto or something like that, everything you're getting is probably not good enough to trade for things you want. So it's a difficult product. Might be different when the hobby boxes are more accessible. Definitely, because I guess the frequency in which you're pulling those type of cards that you'll either keep as part of your PC or be able to trade other people will go up a little bit. But I'm not sure the retail stuff is. I think you're going to end up with tons of cards that you just don't want. So yeah, it'd be good. Like I said, when you're available, let's open you up, Dom. Let's get you open up on the open road and see what's troubling you. See what really makes you tick. And I think that's the thing. Sometimes you can't force it. For me, the obsession, hence me sitting here on my own talking to myself, the obsession's real. And I would still, like I said, I would still say I lack direction, but I'm, still focused on what I want to collect and that type of thing. So yeah, it'd be good to chat on that one, Dom. Before I forget, Instagram. Let's have a look. Where's my phone? Here it is. Yeah, so Instagram, another little milestone for us, and that's been TikTok and Insta's been at the forefront when we started. But I had a look this morning, and we are now on 1,603 followers, which is mind blowing. Maybe not to some, but I'm getting on a bit, and to me, that's just insane that many people are following the content that we're putting out. So I'm chuffed to bits for that. And there's another thing on here where it says on your dashboard, and it says at the minute, over the last 30 days, we've had 43,000 views, which, to think, stuff that we're putting out online in this format is been viewed by 43,000 people is phenomenal. So chuffed with that. I know Mart's not here to give us a TikTok update, but I'm just going to have a little look live. Let's have a look. I think we've made some progress on numbers. So yeah, pushing nearly at 700 now, which is good. But the view rate is phenomenal. So there's a lot of interaction via the TikTok. One thing I wanted to ask people is we've not pushed the YouTube. So if you do listen, you do enjoy the show, jump on the Insta. There's a link there for YouTube, and it would help us if you subscribe to that as well. A lot of what we put on Insta and TikTok goes on YouTube. So we want to start building. Same with Facebook. We've got a group. What's been good to see is a lot of people have been joining that recently. Whilst we don't know what our end goal is or what we want to do, I think a lot of it revolves around this podcast. And even last week having Brock and Rhino on was exactly why we want to do the pod. So I think that's our goal, really. Make this show really big, get people on talking about cards. We're novices, so there's a lot of shows out there where there's some good content, but it's kind of high, I don't know, it's the right thing to say, high end. People with a lot of knowledge, people with a lot of opinions. So I think our USP at the minute is the fact that we're really new to the hobby, and we're talking to people that have collected for a while, collected at the same time. So we want to kind of create that platform for people to come on and have a chat. And so far, we love it. And it's weird because I messaged Mart and I just said to him, look, we're on show 15 now. So I think we're 14 weeks into it, and it's become already a regular thing. And it also plays into the fact that, Mart's part of my group of best mates. And, moving to New Zealand, you miss your mates. And having him every Sunday join me for the show has been amazing. Like, I get emotional now, but I miss the boy. So that's been really good. So it's weird sitting here doing this show without Mart. So looking forward to next week when he's back and we get back to our usual chatter. But yeah, any support you can give us, get on YouTube, get on TikTok, Insta, share some of our posts, try and increase that. What they call it, what the young ones call it, increase the I don't know, the range of who's viewing our stuff, and importantly, reach out, get on it. That first show, I remember we were chatting before we pressed that record button, and just checking I'd actually press record on this. That would have been embarrassing, but yeah, we're recording. But yeah, we chatted before we pressed that record button. And the second you press record, you can sense a change in how you sound and stuff like that. But now I think I listened back to the first show and it was a bit cringe. Probably is now, to be fair. This will probably be cringe. I'm hoping that I don't pop people off. It's not usually just me talking to myself, but yeah, it's not that bad, and I think everyone will tell you that. I think Nick said he was nervous after the first show. Didn't come across to me, so I was surprised. But everyone sort of says that. But I think everyone's enjoyed it. Nick's made 2 appearances now, and I think looking at the calendar that he may be on next week for his monthly appearance. So that'd be really cool. Hat-trick ball. But I think Nick enjoys it, and everyone that's been on. So yeah, give us a shout, get on the show, and we'll have a good chat. All right, what's next? So we've got. I haven't thought about that base. That is poor planning. Let me have a quick look at my. Let's have a look. I'll tell you what. That's not a base, is it? That's insert. We will go. I'll tell you what. This is big. Just me this week. So this will be the last time I go with Origins. But we all know I love Origins. We know I love AJ Barner, the Barnyard. Let's go with an Origins AJ Barner base card for All About That base. Let's get that in the collection. And when we put it to the vote about what card we're getting graded at the end, that will be up there. Beautiful card. So that'll be going in the collection. That'll be going in the folder. And that'll be part of that giveaway towards Super Bowl. So very short segment this week with it just being me. On the AJ Barner, actually, I've that rainbow is actually coming on. I keep looking at different editions. Obviously, I've got that Dreamweaver. I've seen the Dreamweaver's number to 4. I'm actually watching at the minute another one on eBay. I think it's number 2. I'm tempted with there only being 4, and it's such a lovely card. If anyone out there has got any, there must be a 101. So if anyone's got the 101, get in contact. And any other nice AJ Barners for Phoenix, I'd be interested to hear. I'm quite keen to progress that a little bit. Moving on, I've decided today to wear my England hoodie, England rugby, because the Red Roses, the England's women's team, have won the Rugby World Cup. So yeah, congratulations. What was amazing as well, Twickenham record crowd for the women's game. I think it's 83,000. And they've absolutely smashed it this year. I'm a massive rugby fan and pretty proud to see that. What was also good, New Zealand went on and grabbed the bronze medal, so that was good. They beat France. England beat Canada in the final. So everyone's a winner. Yeah, so congratulations there. More good news, Seahawks, 3-1. Good win for them. That was, I don't know who watched it, but that was nervy. That was. What's been nice, obviously, since the first game, the next two, been able to actually sit there and actually enjoy the game rather than shitting myself the whole game. And that was the same for the Cardinals. Seahawks were in control. And that run from JSN where he sort of, as the ball goes up, he starts his run and then he sort of does a little feint and then carries on. Absolutely phenomenal. And that's why he's elite. That's why he's up there. But yeah, like I sat there relaxed, enjoying the game. You know, I mean, Cardinals were getting booed most of the game. They're bloody dreadful. And then all of a sudden, last 5 minutes, they turn it on. Then they get their touchdown to equalise. But they left 28 seconds on the clock. What I'm already learning is you give Sam Darnold 28 seconds. That's all you need. And they went and got the field goal. So chuffed a bit. Seahawks 3-1. I've not actually. It's been a busy morning for me, so I've not caught up on the. Other than the fact I've been smashed in the fantasy, so I think that moves me to 3-1. So I can't complain. 3 wins, 1 defeat, to be expected. Let's have a look at the scores. So we are week 4. Right, so good. Jags are smashing the 49ers, which is good. Raiders are up on the Bears, not so good. Chiefs beating the Ravens. Ravens are not doing good, are they? That's not good. Let's see what the earlier scores were. Lions beat Browns. Are we going to see? I know he's not next in line, but are we going to see some Shador this year? He's obviously massive. Pushed the prices up for Browns. I picked up Browns in a lot of breaks, 2024 stuff because they were cheap, and obviously I like Myles Garrett. And I think I've had Browns from a mini, which is quite good. I've got a nice Shador base card and one numbered from Photogenic Illuminance. That's it. So, but they're the most expensive team this year, so there won't be many more. Pat's got another win. Nice. Eagles charge continues, beating the Bucks and Texans, Titans. Giants won as well. I have to have a look at that because that would have been Jackson Dart starting. So yeah, some good games to catch up on. Vikes losing by the looks of it. Some interesting scores there. Frustratingly, Liverpool lost to Palace. I think that we all know they've been skating for nice, actually. Liverpool not been playing well, and they were dreadful against Palace. I mean, it should have been 4-0 at half time, I reckon. But it is what it is. I think with it just being me, I'm not sure, without boring people, that there's much more for me to say. I just wanted everyone to know that we're all good. We're putting out shows. We're not behind because we put out one in the week. As we knew that Mart was away, and that's what happens. But we want to keep the show must go on, as they say. Look, I'm going to end it here. It's been good. It's not been as bad as I thought, not from my end anyway. I just hope that anyone new to the show is not listening to this for the first time. and being put off because I've got a boring voice, and I'm sure this is probably not one of our best shows, but I've enjoyed it anyway, and I will see you all next week. Regards to your families.